It's enough. Alright, we're getting started. So, yesterday we were adding radicals. Today we're going to go through and multiply. Make sure you got headphones out. Turn off your YouTube. Close your games.
These kids are 7th grade. They're huge. These kids are 7th grade, bro.
Really, Delia?
Yeah, really, Delia?
Yeah,
Seriously?
Julia, you're
What's your line?
She's playing Snake games. She's not good at it.
Oh, keep my stomach hurt.
You haven't got past.
Okay, so we're going to go through and we are going to be multiplying radicals today, which we've done before, but they're going to be a little more complicated. So, on part A here, I got square root 10, and then in parentheses, I got square root 6 plus 3. Let's see, Gabe, remember what we do when we have something outside parentheses? Distribute. Which is the mathematical way of saying multiply, right? So we're going to go through and multiply both of these. So, well, can we add these together right now?
No.
No. So we're going to distribute. So the first thing I'm going to do is do square root 10 times square root 6. So remember, when you multiply the outsides and then together, and then you multiply the insides together. So, are there any outsides on square root 10 and square root 6? Never. No. So we're just going to multiply insides. And I'm going to do square root of 10 times 6 is 60. Okay, that was my first one. My second one here, I'm going to multiply square root 10 and 3 together. So on this, 3 is like an outside, right? Because it's not inside a square root. Square root 10 is an inside. So when I multiply these together, it's just 3 square root 10. It's like having a 2 times x is 2x. Same idea. 3 is an outside, square root 10 is an inside. If there's only one of each, you just shove them together. Alright. So we've gone through and distributed, but I need to see if I can add these together like our warm-up. So let's see if we can kind of split these apart a little bit. So for example, what is 60? 6 times 10, right? But 6 is really 2 times 3, and 10 is really 5 times 2, right? So, what was this? Pac-Man?
Bro, I'm on low.
Oh!
Press P to pause it.
Oh, really? Pete?
Hey,
What? You know what? I give up anyways.
alright. So, we split up 60, and we're going to have, let's see, 2's are going to get kicked out, right?
Yeah.
So 2's got kicked out. I've got a 3 and a 5 left over, which is 15. And then I'm going to go plus. Can I split up this 10 at all?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I can split it up, but does anything get kicked out when it gets split up?
No.
No, it's just the 2 and the 5. So I'm going to go plus 3 square root 10, and let's look at it. Can I add these together?
No.
No. So even though I simplified, I can't add them together, so this is my final answer. Last time, yesterday, the reason it's not NP is because I distributed it already.
Come on.
If I didn't distribute and I just gave you this problem right here, you just go, not possible, I can't add it.
Okay.
What if they were matching? Would you be able to solve it?
Yep, we just add them together. Like if this was a 15 right here, we go 2 plus 3 and get 5. 5 squared root 15. Yep.
So for this whole lesson, there's not going to be no NPs or?
No, there will be no NPs today.
Okay.
So the NPs are just when you're adding, like I give you an add problem straight up without you doing anything. Then you can have an NP.
But if they're the same.
Then you just add them. Yep. Alright, so let's do this next one here. So I got to distribute. Square root 2 times square root 6 is going to be square root of 2 times 6 is 12. And then I'm going to go plus. And because I'm going to do the next one on here, 5 is an outside, 2 is on an inside, I just have 5 square root 2. Alright, let's see if we can split up 12. Well, we can't split up 12, right?
Yeah.
And 12 is really 6 times 2. No, but 6 is really 2 times 3, right? Which means, let's see, 2's get kicked out. So I got 2, I got a 3 left over. Plus 5 square root 10. Well, I simplified, but can I add these? No. Oh, this is my final answer. So no NPs today because you're doing some multiplying and stuff. So. Alright, you guys' turn. I want you to distribute this one in the box, and then if you can, add things together to get down to one answer. Maybe you can today, maybe you can't, who knows. Well, I know, but I'm not telling you. You gotta do it yourself.
Oh, it's different, Kalki.
Not really. Alright, when you multiply the first ones together. Multiply the first two, right?
7. I thought it would be 7.
Okay.
5.
So what are the outsides when you multiply the first ones? Just what's on the outside of the square roots?
3.
Just a 3, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
And what do you get when you multiply the inside?
45.
There you go, lose on.
Simple.
Simple
Wait,
math,
we're supposed to
bitch.
all tell
Simple
it.
math.
Okay,
want to
so
know
I
what's
did
next.
that.
Simple.
Mathematics.
Mathematics.
5 times 7. So when we
Prevent
do
bonds.
3,
Prevent bonds.
Prevent bonds.
What?
Do you have a pair of bonds?
No.
You have a pair of sevens? So they stay inside.
Prevent bonds.
What do you mean they stay
So
inside?
they, nothing gets kicked out. Remember, you upstairs, you do the same thing.
Oh,
Hey,
so-
did I do something?
So that's it?
These two can't be split up in any way.
Oh, is that the answer? Said you were.
Only now every day is the go.
Well, 2%.
Only for new.
I'm not sure where you got.
Oh,
These are together. So 3 is going to be on the outside, 35 is going to be on the inside. There should be 3 squared
No, you're
35
not.
Oh.
minus 4 squared 7.
I'm a werewolf.
So you kind of combine these. So 3 outside, 3 inside.
Yay.
Then I'm trying to write my future, but.
What'd you
They're
get?
bright.
So when you multiply these together, right? 3 is the only thing on the outside,
I
right?
can't even look at it.
I see.
And then
If I look at my
7
future,
is on the inside, 5 is on the inside. Multiply them.
Hey,
What do you want to
teacher.
include them?
Boy on the
Oh, I took one glimpse of my future and I was like,
And then, okay, and then it should be minus 4. Because
Yeah, I
can
don't
you
know
add
if I
those
can play
together?
somewhere
nah,
like
but
because I'm not gonna be here.
No.
And 35,
it's not,
it's like
Sorry.
this is 5 times 7, right? But does anything get kicked out?
gotta be a WNBA star.
Alright. You got a question, Kinsey?
Yeah.
Which one's gonna use?
What's your
Is
question?
that it?
No, it's okay.
That's why you said you just keep going.
Wait,
till
tell
you
her.
get one.
If you can. You can't always. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So can you get one answer?
No.
Alright, so let's go over this one real quick.
It smells like bananas.
No, dude, I see that's weird.
Alright, Adelia, what do I get when I do square root 7 times negative 4?
She played 2 minutes.
You get -4 and then square root 7?
Yep.
Alright.
Negative 4 square root 7. Ivory, can I simplify anything?
No.
Nope. 35 I can split up to be a 5 times 7, but nothing gets kicked out. So, this is my final answer. That's it.
What?
Yeah, simple being Jace.
I don't know
What are you doing, bro?
That's always been my dream.
What's my answer?
You just copied off.
What are you talking about? I'm
Alright, so we did some distributing. We are also going to go through and do some tiling.
What are you talking about?
So-
It's not there.
Some foiling? Yeah, some foiling.
It's not there.
Yes.
Alright.
Go
I don't know
ahead.
how to do this.
No, we're not
Phil,
doing.
are you serious?
Yeah.
I hate this
First,
fight.
outside,
Very
then
last.
last.
Alright, so what does it stand for, Major?
First, outside, inside, left.
Yep, so we're going to foil these two parentheses together. And it stands for first, outside, inside, and last.
Okay.
Alright, and it's gonna work pretty much just like it did last time, but it's gonna be, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a little more complicated. So, we're gonna multiply and make it.
Magi. Magi, whatever you need.
Baboon.
Okay, so we're gonna go through and multiply the first together, square root 6 times square root 6. Alright, square root 6 times square root 6. Hey Johnny, hush man. Okay, so I'm multiplying square root 6 times square root 6. Let's see if you remember back a lesson or two. What do I get when I multiply exactly the same square root together?
Same.
This was that.
It's the 6, right?
Iconic bond.
Oh.
So, because when they're exactly the same square roots, there's just one thing left over. Because if I were to do this the long way, this would be like the square root of 6 times 6, right? And a pair of 6s would get kicked out, and there's just a 6 on the outside, nothing on the inside left over. So whenever it's exactly the same square root, you have just whatever's inside, and it's a 6. So keep that in mind, because you're actually going to do this a lot today, which is going to be nice. It's going to make it easier. Alright, we did first, Next is outside, which is going to be square root 6 times square root 3. Okay? So when I go through and multiply these, I don't have any outsides, so I just multiply the insides, which is going to be square root of 18.
27.
Okay? So I did outsides, inside is next. So, and be careful on the inside, it's not just 2 square root 3, I gotta keep the negative here with it. So for my inside, negative 2 square root 3 times square root 6. Okay, so I'm gonna multiply these together. The only outside I have is negative 2, so I'm just gonna go negative 2. And then I'm gonna multiply the insides, 3 times 6 is 18. So I get negative 2 square root 18. And then the last one is last. Alright, for my last, negative 2 square root 3 times square root 3. Okay? So I have negative 2 on the outside, right? I adjust that one. But I gotta multiply square root 3 and square root 3 together. What do I get when I multiply exactly the same square root?
3.
It's just going to be a 3, right? But, since I already had a negative 2 there, I am timesing these together. So I had a negative 2 to start with on the outside, right? It's got to stay on the outside, and I have just a 3 when I multiply the insides. So I'm really going to have negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. So be careful. Whenever you multiply exactly the same square root, it's just what's on the inside. And if there's already something there, you're multiplying it together. Alright. We done yet?
No.
Okay. So, last time we did FOIL, we had to combine some like terms. And it was pretty much always the ones in the middle, right? It was always these two. This time around, it's a little different.
On the outside.
Not right now.
Okay, so I have to go through, and I can't just do like the 2 on the inside every time. I have to go through and look and see what matches up with what. So, for example, if I have the number 6, do I have any other just regular numbers here?
Yeah.
I have negative 6, right? I can combine these two. So I can go 6 plus negative 6, which is just going to be 0, right? Alright. On this next one, yeah, you have to go through and see what matches up every time. So this 6 matched up, it's a regular number, it matched up with this regular number. So regular numbers, that's just a regular number, right? This is just a regular number. They match up with each other. On this outside, I got square root 18, right? And I have another square root 18 right here. These are going to match up, and we can add them together. So there's a 1 in front, right? 1 plus negative 2 is negative 1. I have negative 1 square root of 18. And I will be nice and let you end it here. Except for if I have this 0 right here, does it actually matter? No. So this is really just a negative 1 square root of 18. I will let you leave this as the final answer. Unless you make me mad today. And then, because you can split up,
High possibility.
you can split up 18, right? And we could do this whole thing with 18, 2 times 9, which is really 3 times 3, right? I'm not going to make you do that after you get to this point. So on FOIL problems, you can leave it after you combine things together.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you have a question, Algebra?
No.
I have a question.
That took a lot of my
Yeah.
space.
It's a long process. So
Yeah.
we're going to do another one, and then you guys will do one, then we'll see how we're doing. Alright, so we're going to go through and FOIL these again. FOIL these again, not again, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, stop.
I agree. Well, I'm multiplying together for the firsts.
Foil is king
Square root of 6 times 4.
Yeah. Alright, so for the first in this problem, I gotta do square root 6 times 4 square root 3.
Plus we get
Alright.
answer.
Jace, when I multiply these together, what am I gonna get?
What?
When I multiply my first togethers, the square root of 6 times 4 square root of 3, what do I get?
18.
No.
What?
Not yet, at least.
How the hell do you do this?
Alright. What are my outsides of these square roots?
4.
I got 4, right? Anything else? Just the 4? Or just 4, right? Nothing else? Okay. Now I gotta multiply the insides, 6 and 3, and get
18.
18.
I'll probably get the outside wrong.
Okay.
All you gotta do is.
So we multiply the outside.
okay?
What? What is it?
So you don't have to do all that extra stuff. I'm like,
Alright, so we did outside Reuben, what am I we did first Reuben, what am I doing for the outside now? Just which two am I multiplying together? For outside.
Is it 6 times?
Just let them answer no. Maybe I see.
6?
Stupid M names.
6.
So, square root of 6 and 3 square root of 6. So, square root of 6 times 3 square root of 6. Okay? So we have to go through and multiply these together, and 3 is the only thing on the outside, right?
No.
If there was something right there, you would multiply, right?
Yeah, like if this was a 2, I do 2 times 3.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I did, the outsides are just 3, but then I gotta multiply the insides together, square root 6 and square root 6. Alizea, what do I get when I multiply square root 6 and square root 6?
Times 6.
Yep, we're gonna have just a times 6 right here.
Oh, forgot.
So, square root 6 and square root 6 are exactly the same, they just turn into a regular 6. And because there's something else, we're multiplying it.
Oh,
So really, this is gonna be an 18. Okay? Kinsey, what am I gonna multiply together for the inside?
Negative 2 square root of 3.
Yep.
And 4 square root of 3.
Perfect. So negative 2 square root of 3 times 4 square root of 3. Alright, I gotta multiply the outsides together, right? Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. And then I gotta multiply those inside pieces. And Luis, what do I get when I multiply square root of 3 times square root of 3?
Wait, what?
What do I get when I multiply square root of 3 times square root of 3?
4, 6, 7, 12.
Let him answer.
The
And you
answer
get
is
Luis?
false.
Negative 8?
We already got that for the
Wait,
outsides.
wait, what are you asking me?
We have to
I didn't-
multiply
I'm not
square root of
listening.
3
That is
times square root of 3.
Oh,
What do we get?
That confuses me.
3.
3.
I was
So we
I
go
was
times 3 right
confusing
there,
on what you were
and we
asking.
end up getting
I used the
negative
Pokemon one, but
24.
yeah.
Alright,
Fuck you on me. I
and
know
then
what it
what am I multiplying together for the last bit of?
Can't fool that.
What am I multiplying together for the last but 2 things?
Multiply a negative 2 square root of 3 times 3 square root of negative 6.
Yep.
Square root of 6.
So negative 2 square root of 3 times 3 square root of 6. Alright, multiply the outsides. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And on this one, because the insides are different, we're just going to multiply them. 3 times 6 is 18. Alright, we are not done yet though. We got to see what we can combine with, if anything. So Lily, can I put this 4 square root of 18 with something?
The negative 6 squared 18.
So these are both square root 18s, right? I can put these together and do 4 plus negative 6 makes it negative 2 square root of 18. Alright. Gabe, can I put this 18 with anything?
Yes.
What? Sorry. No. 18 is a regular number, right? And so is negative 24. So we can put these together. So regular numbers we can just put together. So I can do 18 plus negative 24 and get negative 6. Yeah. And I will let you end your answer there. You could simplify that square root of 18, but I'm not going to make you.
Wait, could we have put negative 6? I mean, like the negative 6 in front of the negative 6?
Yeah. Alright, so that's a good question. So the order you write these down doesn't matter.
Yes, for.
So if you went negative 6 minus 2 square root of 18, you were also right. It doesn't matter.
What is it?
As long as you have these down, it doesn't matter the order.
I feel like everybody's confident we should get extra good.
We should do it in class. And maybe if you do good in the in class, we'll just get the extra skill. Maybe.
One more.
All right, you guys' turn for the in class. So on this one, let's have you guys just do the first outside, inside, last. Don't add stuff together yet.
Are you sure?
I mean, you can if you want to, but we'll go over the first outside, inside, last part, and then we'll add it. I'll have you guys add it together afterwards.
What if a person's smart's not like exactly E, like
Yeah.
say you were like.
Although I am not, you don't have to
No,
go that
that's
far.
this is why you
So I'm not making you
process.
simplify the square root of 18
Exactly
like
like
you did.
she does.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I'm not making people do it.
That sounds good.
It's good.
That's real good.
Also, okay.
That's the process. Says the body.
Infinite dimension.
I just need straight
You're an infinite possibility.
Jeez. Jeez.
What do you want? Jason, you going to Mother's Day feast?
Yeah,
No.
Jason, doing Mother's Day feast.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, he is.
Jason,
I don't want to serve either, but Garcena's let me go. Let me go.
Yeah, okay, because, but we didn't simplify that, that was like a
We're
square,
not
Maybe
done anywhere.
so we had.
What the?
Bro, me too, honestly.
I'm giving people a break and let them not do as much work.
India.
lazy.
You don't have to eat that raisins.
We'll give you another minute, minute and a half, and then we'll start going over this.
I'm sorry, don't we just multiply them?
Okay, I'm pretty stupid, so.
So lazy, but not stupid.
So multiply the outside, so 3 times -4.
So,
What?
Don't speak to me in that tone of voice, boy. Or I will. I will. You hear me? I will.
First
You didn't hear me? I will bite you. I thought you were gay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually.
12 square.
That's fine. If you were to say
I'm
this,
biting
It's like
you.
learning
Yeah,
how
so this is why I teach you, Ruben.
that's actually the first thing.
It doesn't matter if you do
yep, we're all playing together. When I get 55.
it. So Moses, I'll be there.
Did I do this right? I did this right. Did I not?
These combine are really like.
I'm not.
Where does ice these oranges go?
What?
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I can't do this.
Luis would.
Then on this one. So
Luis
square root
would.
2, right? You got the square root 2 right there.
Hey.
Bro, what? Hey, I'm
Nigga.
on 5 videos on Marjan now. That's
You accidentally. Times -4.
He was we were playing with each other, and my mom and dad came home. They were like, my dad, like my mom was just beating me up.
Moses, Tyson, you know what this video says on Mom's life?
What?
It says 30 D1 scouts watch PJ Muller and
I thought she was just like on you and tickling you.
30.
She's gonna multiply the.
Did you see that one?
Look at Margin's -16. And there's only square root 3. So
Oh, no, I see.
square root 3. That should be -6.
And then my dad, my dad just came in, he's like, hey,
Let's go over it.
trying to get my
Bro,
He's like,
hey,
come on.
Goki, come here, come here.
We're going over it. We're going over it.
I don't know, he just says,
It
"Over
needs
there."
to be simplified.
Don't tell me to shut up.
So how many guys use the bathroom again?
What?
This kid.
Oh, no,
I don't care. We're doing math.
Okay, I got a question. Alright, so I didn't want to wait, so I started doing this already.
Let's do this one first.
Okay. All right. So let's go over this one. So, Luis, what do you get when you multiply the,
Said that too.
what do you get when you multiply the first together? Yeah, what do you get after you multiply them both? Yeah. What? I didn't hear you.
Well, we only have the bottom half of that.
Yep. Alright, so you multiply the first, and we get 6 square root 2. When you do the outsides, what do you get, Kinsey?
Negative 12 square root 6.
Yep, negative 12 square root 6. Okay.
What?
When you do the inside, what do you get, Ruben?
What's the answer?
Let's get it.
Ruben, when you do the inside, what do you get?
Oh, I have to flip them around.
8? Yep, you got the easy one. Magi, when you do last, what do you get?
21. Yeah. What is that?
No, that's...
Square root 18.
What did you say?
Negative 6.
Negative 6.
What'd you get, a 6?
You
What the-
flipped
He doesn't
your...
know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know what you...
Oh.
You sure you're on the right problem?
Oh no, I read the wrong one.
Okay.
I did the other. I did the
Yeah.
same one on the same paper. It's negative 16. Am I right?
Yeah. Negative 16 square root 3. There you go.
I was reading
Okay.
the bottom one.
So, we need to go through and see what we can add together.
27.
Nothing.
So on this one, Adelia,
27.
I have 6 square root of 2. Do I have anything else I can add to that? Nope. So I'm going to go 6 square root of 2. Okay. I have negative 12 square root of 6. Ivory, can I add anything to that?
No.
Nope. So I'm just going to go minus 12 square root of 6. Moses, I have an 8. Can I add anything to this 8?
No.
Nope. So because it's positive, I'm going to go plus 8. And I've got this negative 16 square root of 3. There's nothing else there. So I'm just going to go negative 16 square root of 3. On this, nothing actually got added together. So we just write them all out. And we're done.
What?
That's it. Alright, pretty good, guys. Pretty good. I'll tell you what, we'll skip our exit ticket today. And I'll put your homework on. What?
Loki, can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can I just spare your headphones?
So we're actually yesterday we had so today we're gonna do like the first 3 and
Luis!
We don't gotta do this.
no.
Okay, but
Yesterday's
Don't do it again.
Louis, do it again.
21.
Louis, do it again.
So today I gotta
Do it again.
21 to 23 and 27 I gotta Alright, so I'm putting your homework on Google Classroom right now.
Will there be problems like that on the test?
Like these ones?
If there is.
Square outside of the parentheses?
No.
Were there any